She's not going to stay there, but okay.
And there she is.
Told you. Hi, guys. I'm sketching apples today, I think. I'm just going to make an apple pattern today, actually. Or I'm going to try. Tis the season. Dude, I'm live right now. Okay? All right, we'll do a slice, I think. We'll do the slice this way. Let's do another one down here. Should be on the top shelf on the right-hand side. How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. I got to break this down a little bit more. Let's do another one here. Was that too big? It might be. Thanks for the share, Deb. Good morning, J. Clo. We're doing apples today. Let's do an open apple slice, like a full open one. Where should I put it? Let's put it up here. Oop, I'll round that up a little bit. You can't even really see that, can you? Oops. There we go. I'll zoom this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Maybe I'll do a top version of this as well. Let's see. That's a good idea, Maze. That's a great idea. Let's see. Well, let me put another slice right here. Okay. Apple core it is. Actually, my friend the other day just did an apple core with just pastels. It was pretty cool. Let's do some seeds around here too. Just draw some seeds while I'm thinking about how I'm going to do that core. Okay, let's do, I'm gonna create this, I'm gonna create the stem first. Oh, thanks so much. Okay. And then I'm debating about whether or not I want, let's do like a little seed here. Like there's one kind of left in there. Okay. Does that work, May? Perfect. Okay. And let's put some more seeds over here. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of go through this guy and definitely want some more. What if I did, well, I don't know how much space I have left. Let me think here. I definitely want to do some more of these, I think. Let's do a few more of those. And maybe a couple like over top each other. Lay me down like 1, 2, 3. I've never done oil painting classes, Mr. Ping. I have not. I could do a wormy friend. Good call. Maybe a wormy friend in this one, like having him pop out of this one. I'm just gonna. Though I think I want him long enough to hang out over the top. I actually did one like this as a sticker last season. And I gave him a top hat and a monocle because why not, right? I think I gave him the monocle because I messed up on the paint that I was doing. I'm going to totally give this guy a top hat. And was like, how do I fix that? I'm like, well, maybe I could make it glasses. And I'm like, oh, let me make it a monocle. It looks more like a bowling hat, but that's okay. Look how cute he is. Cutie. Such good ideas. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm getting everyone's comments. Of course, May. Of course. I pay attention, or I try to. And if I miss something, it's certainly not on purpose. All right, okay, so I started these guys up here. Let's do another one, kind of at a different angle. There we go. Pop a seed in that one. We'll leave those alone. We'll put some more seeds up here. We're going to give this guy some details too. I know like the distance on this shot is not the best. And then let's see. I do want to do some more leaf shots here with these guys. Just the wormtail? Oh, maybe. All right, I'm just going to go in and just sharpen up some of these things a little bit. And by sharpen, I'm just adding what I call visual tension. I learned it from a fellow artist who illustrates very heavily with visual intention, where you don't like underline everything or outline everything. You just kind of go in and find those like connections, and you sharpen them up by adding a little bit more ink or pencil. And then while I'm doing that, I'll think about what else I can maybe fit on this page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these things or a couple of these things and do a brief composition on a piece of watercolor paper and really brighten this up. This is just kind of where I map out some of my ideas in this sketchbook. And then I kind of pick my favorite parts. Okay. Do you see how much like pop it adds to the page? I'm not really feeling this one right here. I'm not sure what it is. I think I'm going to redo this one. I don't like the bite one. And since it's a sketchbook, I can just erase and go back. Okay. Let's see. Something with a leaf, I think. Let's do this. And we'll do the seed like that. Okay. That makes me a little bit happier. I think I might just leave this little blank up here. That's what I'm thinking. I did want to do a leaf though, didn't I? Maybe I just put some extra leaves in here as well. I got distracted. Here I am working on this visual tension. I got distracted by this space. Just gonna bring some corners to these leaves. Okay. And then let's do some leaves up here. Same shape. But we'll just do them kind of by themselves. Yay, Daily Heart Me's. If you guys haven't done that yet, it's a vibe, do it. Daily Heart Me's are great for content creators to give each other some love and get some attention from TikTok for it. And then don't forget to go back in and claim your points, because if you forget to do that, then silly you don't get credit for it, for hanging out with me. I'm meant to be. Don't judge me for this music. I have preteens, and it is a regular soundtrack in my house. Don't judge me. Or judge me, just don't tell me about it. Okay. Good morning, Show and Tale. Hello, Soulfully Adventurous. Soulfully Adventurous, I don't remember your name. I know you're from Southern Tennessee. If you don't mind reminding me. Thank you so much, City Baby. I got this sketchbook this week, actually, and admittedly, I am a watercolor artist. I generally work in loose florals, but I think it's so good for a practice and for me personally to spend time just sketching. And I think it just helps me be a better artist, and it really brings structure back. And I've spent a lot of time last summer drawing and creating illustrations. And then this summer, I've just been so caught up in the loose stuff that it's nice to kind of come back and like add to my practice a little bit. Okay, so we've got those leaves. Let's see if we can squeeze in another leaf over on this side. Hi, Christina. Oh my gosh, welcome to my house. My kids are obsessed with this soundtrack. Well, 2 of my 3. My youngest, my son loves this soundtrack. He's 8. And my 12-year-old loves this soundtrack, and she is very much a teenager right now. My middle likes it, but I think she thinks it's overplayed, which both can be true. Both can be true. But I think with anything, you know, anything can be overplayed and you can get tired of it pretty quickly. That's for sure. My son's looking at me like, no, that's not possible. Okay. Looks like it has little teeths, which was not my intention. Okay. Okay. There we go. Bring that in. Bring that in. And it is just a sketchbook after all. So We can play with ideas here. And this sketchbook is super luxe. It's got 160 pages of really smooth, really pop kind of paper. Like I'm still just using pencil on this and it looks almost like ink. Like it's just so vibrant right off the page. Let's get this little wormy. I just can't believe. Okay. I didn't give this one a stem, but I think I might. Well, yeah, I think I might. Okay. So looking at this, mostly done, I think. A few parts I could probably add a few more, bits of line work. It does look like ink, doesn't it? Oh, Dablisa, you're in the right place. I do mostly watercolor, like I did this one last night. But I'll do really loose stuff as well. I'll show you an example. These ones were pretty popular. I did this one. This was loose. Everything I did was painted first, and then I drew over the top with watercolor pencil. And this one I did yesterday. I sketched it first for my sketchbook. Here, I'll show you. So here's the sketch I did, and then I turned it into this. And I did that live. So if if you're following me and you're around and want to watch me draw and paint, please come and hang out. Would love to have you. But yeah, I'm going to try and do that with this today, with these apples. Because I am a teacher and I'm going back to work soon. And who doesn't think of apples when they think of teachers, right? Though ironically, apples are not my favorite. You have? Oh, I have a lurker fan. I love it. I love it. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a coffee sip. Actually, I need to take my daily gummies. I'm like, ah. So if I start chewing, don't even. My son's looking at me like he wants to eat them. No, dude, you can't. Sorry. All right. So the paper I'm going to use today is going to be hot press. Now, if you've been lurking, you know I'm not a big hot press fan. However, when I'm doing illustrations, I do prefer hot press. So doing these kind of drawings on smooth paper is very ideal. Thanks so much, Grody. Yes, clearly. I'm okay with having stands. Stands are great. This is Bao-Hung paper, and it is hot press. And if you're not familiar, the difference between hot and cold press is that hot press is very smooth and cold press is rough. So texture difference here. This is the same company, by the way. So very smooth. Not as smooth as this, because this is a sketchbook, and this is from the Lita Art Company. But this sketchbook is uber smooth. Now, I was able to do watercolor on this one, but it has to be super light. So like you can see in here, like there is some buckling that won't flatten out probably because it is a sketchbook. Like you can kind of see it on the back. But they do have mixed media ones, so I'll have to check those out too. I haven't done that yet, but so yeah, so like this is very smooth. It does not soak in water. Any water or paint you put on the top is just going to dry as is, kind of in real light puddles. And then this one is the one that's the hot press. It feels kind of like the sketchbook, but it does soak in water. It just doesn't soak it in very fast. And this is my favorite kind of painting or paper for loose florals. It's kind of like a sponge. It soaks in all the paint and water immediately. And then you can kind of like really play with the bleeds and get really great textures. But I'm not going to use this one today. I'm going to use this one because sketching on rough press has a very distinct look to it. It's not bad, but it's definitely going to impact how your piece looks. Like if you want a very smooth piece, did I just mess this up? No, I didn't. If you want a very smooth illustration when you're done, like I just put it away. Hold on. So just looking at the differences here, right? Like if you look at this texture, it pops off this page because it is more rough or cold press. Whereas with this texture, it feels like it's right in the page. Like it feels just like a page in a book, right? So that's really the difference between the two. If you're interested, I love rough texture. I love, love, love. Especially this one from Bauhong. This one's the Bauhong Masters watercolor paper. I don't think they sell this particular cover on TikTok, but the paper they absolutely do. And I feel like it's probably cold. It says cold press, but I would argue this is pretty close to rough press, if not cold. So this is the cold press. I'm going to be using the hot press today, and that is absolutely in my shopping cart, or it should be. Hold up. This is the hot press right here. So, and there is a flash sale right now, and this is a 5x7 hot press. You will not find better watercolor paper, in my personal opinion, than the hot press coming out of the Asian countries. So I believe this is made in China. I also love Meeden. I'm getting my new stack of Meeden today, and I'm really looking forward to it. Is it? Finger flick. I think that there are some cold press that are not as like deeply textured as this. Let me see if I can find one to give you an example. This one, no, that's hot press. That's not gonna do it. Let me see. I have a Canson watercolor paper. Which one is this? Is this cold press or hot press? I haven't even cracked it open yet. Like it's literally sitting right next to me, and I'm like, this one's pretty cold pressed, I would argue. Okay, so this has a texture, but it's not as like significant as the other one. So not all cold press is equal, right? So definitely you can see the, I want to say the grain. Grain is maybe not the best word. I'm thinking more like, God, my perimenopausal brain. I'm thinking more like weave. Yes, like a weave. Like this weave is definitely a little bit, like you can see it, but you can't see it as well as you can see this one, right? Like this one's got like almost a sandpaper look to it. There are also certain cold press papers that look like wildly rough. Like, so this is called rag paper. And this is from, I think it's Shizen. This watercolor, these are like handmade watercolor papers. Like these are not going in a factory. Like someone's making them in their small business, but still producing them en masse. So that's really just the difference between all of these cold presses. But the one I have listed, this is hot press, and you're not going to see any grain on these at all. Like you can barely see it. The difference is you might see it between a sketchbook like this one and this one here. But again, the difference for me is going to be sketching and illustrating on these versus loosely painting on the others. So let me start sketching because I feel like I'm talking too much. Thanks for the gift. Handmade watercolor paper. Oh, so good. Anytime you can get rag paper, it's a different experience though. Like it can be wildly uncomfortable depending on the paper source you're getting it from. I got one paper once. I don't know if I still have it. I feel like I do. Let me dig around for a second. Okay, so I got this once, and it looks like it would soak up all the water. It did not. Like this felt like cold press on a ragged paper. And this was from a handmade company that I tried, and I haven't purchased from them again because I'm like, oof, it's too much work. Like it's too much work it stresses me out, you know? All right. So let's take a look. Let's pick 3 things from this page that we're going to include on the watercolor paper. So I do really like the guy with the worm. I think we should definitely include him. So let's just put a little X there. We're going to do him. Maybe the apple core. Maybe we'll do 5 things. We'll do the apple core. We'll do him. And then definitely some slices, I think. Maybe these here. So this, and this. And then maybe some leaves. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Richard Scary vibes, faux show. Oh, that sounds amazing, show and tell. That sounds amazing. And thanks for the daily heart me's, everybody. it does have an impact for sure. All right, so this is a much smaller page. So I'm thinking composition. I should probably have, maybe have the apple over here. I'm definitely gonna draw a little bit smaller. This will be the one that has the little wormy in it. And I can always, actually, better yet, I'm not. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to go in with watercolor pencils instead. And there's a couple of benefits to going in with watercolor pencils. One of the benefits is that once you start painting over the top of it, you won't see graphite, you won't see lead. One of the things that's not a benefit is that if you make a mistake, you can't really erase it, but you can watercolor over it, and that almost is just as good. You just have to like be kind to yourself in the moment that you draw it and realize that things will be okay. Just the lighter the watercolor, the better, because then you can build up later on. Okay. And then we'll do the little wormy kind of coming up this way. I'm going to put the apples on here first though and figure everything out. So we're definitely going to do the wormy here. Thinking we do the core up here. And these are watercolor pencils. And what that means is I can go over this with paint. You can see everything, right, guys? Like it's in yellow, but it still seems to be coming through on the screen. Like you guys can see it, right? What did you get secondhand from someone who never used it? Was it, I got to go back and look. Oh, handmade watercolor paper. Yes, I love that for you. Hey, Andrea. Okay, good. Let's see. I definitely want to give this a leaf. So we'll have the little stem kind of going the opposite way, and we'll build up some sort of leafy structure here. And then down here, we'll do a couple of slices. I think we're going to do these ones here. I like the shape of those. Okay. I actually feel like I can see my drawing better in the screen than I can on the paper. Isn't that wild? All right, and then let's see. Let's put I'm gonna want something down here, maybe some leaves. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. All right. And obviously I'm not going to go in and do heavy detail. Let's do the worm. I was going to do them over here, but I'm not sure if I can I'm just going to do everything in yellow. We're going to pull this down. I need to make this a little bit bigger. And then we'll give him his little top hat here. And then we'll work on some of the details a little bit later. And then maybe we'll have the tail coming out back over here. Actually, that should be a bit rounded, right? Okay. I'm glad you caught me too. How are you, Andrea? I've only got a couple more weeks where I can come on live during this particular time. Let's do another leaf up here. So I did 2 here. I'll do 1 up here. Okay. Let's see. And then okay, what do we think about this composition? That's pretty good. Does seem good for the season, that's for sure. My husband is already counting the days for when we can go apple picking. Yeah, so I'm going back next week to prep my classroom. And then we start during like the week of Labor Day. We have our first 2 staff development days, and then we have 2 days with kids. So the first full week of September, I'll be back to work. All right. Let us make some exciting things happen here with watercolor now. Okay, I'm going to put my sketchbook away because this is mostly sketched out. I'm going to move this stuff over here a little bit. I'm going to move my gummies. I'm going to get my paint palette. What paint palette am I going to use today? I was going to use my Arteco, but I feel like it's going to take up too much space on this desk right now, and I'm not really, well, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my Arteco palette. This palette is giant. There is 128 colors in this set, which by no means do I need, but it is fun to play with. So let me cross out of this paper, and I will pin the paint palette so you guys can see it. It comes in different sizes. Obviously, the one that's pinned is the cheapest of all the sets, but they're all pretty affordable for what's being sold out there in paints. I think I'm going to use my Christy Rice brushes today. If you're not familiar with Christy Rice, she is the watercolor queen of loose florals and botanicals and art supplies. Yay for Heartme's! This paint set. Yeah, is this crazy? Look at this. Look at this. Who needs this? Well, me, obviously. I mean, no, I don't need it, but I sure do like it. I don't use these things, though, just to be clear. Like, I don't use these brushes, these watercolor brushes. I don't feel like I have a lot of control when I have water in my, like, you basically load this up with water, and then you go over the whatever painting you're having. There's a couple of reasons why I don't like these, but maybe they're beneficial for some people. If you follow Jerry Creates, she does a really good tutorial on how to use these. But basically, it looks like this. You fill this up with water. Thanks, Gabby. And then what you do is you basically go in and you paint with this brush. And voila. This should be like a portable kind of a deal. The problem I have with this is that, number one, I don't love the tip. Like, the tip is not, I don't feel like I have a whole lot of control with it. And number two, I don't feel like I have watercolor control. Like, I don't feel like I know how much water is coming out of this brush as I paint with it. So personal preference, I don't love it. But, if you're just starting off and you just want to play, or you're getting a set like this for your kids or family members or grandkids, or friends or whatever, it's, the colors themselves. I mean, this whole side is just shimmers and fluorescence. No one needs shimmers and fluorescence, but dang, it's fun. These ones are, I think, so if it's 128, 1, 2, 3, let's see, 5, I think there's 12 all the way down. So there's 36 plus 8 would be 44 just on this side, and then the rest over here. And so there's 44 shimmers and basically highlighter colors. That's a lot. That is a lot. Fluorescent colors are fun. Distilled versus tap water. I've never used distilled water for anything. So I can't give you an honest opinion on that, Tracy, but it's a great question. I can find out for you what the differences are, if anything. I'm not, CJ, I'm not shaming them. I'm just saying it's not for me. Like I said, if go to follow Jerry Creates, it's Jerri Creates. She has this great tutorial on how to use these preloaded plastic paintbrushes. It's really great. And actually, it made me respect the process a lot more because it is manageable. You can work with it. I just don't. And I just want to be honest about that. That's all. I'm not shaming them. It's trending, is it? Tracy, I'm going to check out your content in a little bit, okay? You use distilled to make watercolor paints and binders, but not to paint. Interesting. That's really interesting. I've never heard that, but I will definitely check it out when I'm done here. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to activate. This is probably too big of a brush. I'm going to use this one. This is my teeny little dagger brush from Christy Rice, or I think on TikTok she's called Paint Crush. But you can find her stuff here in my shop, but you can also find it on all the other places that you would go shopping for art supplies. They actually just started selling her brushes and paints and books in my local art store. And I was like squeeing a little bit because she's such a fabulous person. I want to make sure I'm getting all these comments. I used them with watercolor pencils. Did you like it, Deblista? Use them for swatches. I love mine. It is well used. I love that, Andrea. Love it, love it. Sorry, I was just scrolling back to make sure I'd hit all the comments. All right, so I'm just going to keep going in here. I don't think I'm going to paint in the wormy right now. I'm just going to go in and paint around him. And this is like the most fun part if you're just looking for something mindless. After you've sketched, all you got to do is just go in and add water, especially if you're working with watercolor pencils. But I don't find watercolor pencils are enough. I mean, maybe they are for some people, but I generally use them as like the base layer, like that super watery layer. And then I go over them with paints. So like in this leaf, let's grab some greens. I'm going to grab this really light green up here and just put it in here. It kind of matches the watercolor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another green. I'm not even going to name them for you. There's just so many. And then just spread them out. Like that. And then just let it go and just leave it alone. Distilled can be better for longevity of paints and vibrancy. Ooh, super interesting. I took oil painting in college, but never got around to watercolor. It's trending more on FB and in my groups, but yeah, people are arguing about it. Of course there are. There's always something to argue about. Yeah, Lily Farmer, I've never taken an oil class. I've worked with oil pastels, and I bought a tube of oil once to use in some abstract paintings that I've done, and that was fun. But I've never painted with them, not in an intentional way, more of like a loose, let's play with texture kind of way. Just plain water and brush was awesome for cards. Use stamps and then colored in outlines. Ooh. All right, I'm going to do the other leaves in these same colors so that there's some consistency here. Looking forward to your paint, CJ. You said yesterday you sent them out. I'm looking forward to painting with those. It'll be nice. CJ is a handmade painter. He creates all of his own paints and sells them on his website. Okay, let's go in with this leaf as well. I realized I have not been like watering these leaves. I've just been like throwing the paint down. I think probably habit. I do want to make sure as I go back in, as I sharpen up some of those leaf edges, because in my sketch, I just realized I put it away. But in my sketch, I had those rough edges on those leaves. See how I roughed up those edges a little bit? I want to do that on here too. Yeah, buddy. Aw, that's nice. Were you? Okay. And you saw what I did there, right? Can you zoom out for a sec so I can sketch this out and paint with you? Sure. Let me, this is about as far out as I can go based on my camera angle. So it looks like that. And then about, oh, how long have I been on? About a half an hour. I sketched this earlier. If you want, I can screen cap this for you too, CJ. Or if you want to screen cap it. And I did this earlier, and then I'm using these ideas to paint this right here. Or is this good enough? Do you just want to screenshot it, CJ? Bye, show and tell. You got it? Okay, cool. The only thing is, like, I know some people are very comfortable adding a lot of water on this paper. I am not. I like having a bit more of the control on here, so I don't use a lot of water on this paper. I generally lean in a bit conservative on my water content. I'm just going to move this around a little bit more. And grab some of that paint from the edges and pull it. And then I do feel like I should probably add a little bit more here. Hi, Heidi. We're doing apples. This is bao hung, yes. This is the hot press bao hung, which again, I don't normally use hot press, but if I'm going to illustrate and really lean into the illustration more than just the loose painting, I do like to sketch first and then kind of go over it a little bit more methodically. And I feel like hot press for me is good for that. I definitely feel like I'm going to need some sort of leaf over here. And then I don't want to forget, I want to use seeds as well. All right, let's go into the apple core here. We'll go in with a light, kind of a peachy color here. I could water it again if I wanted to. That would probably be smart. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Hey, buddy, when it hits 12:30, if I'm still painting and you want to go have your lunch, you can, okay? Okay. All right. And then maybe we'll use some of those same tones here as well. Run away. Whoa, whoa. The worm is so cute, isn't it? I can't wait. He's going to have a monocle. I have a sticker. Actually, I need to today I need to go into my Etsy and update my sticker collections in there. I emptied out a lot of my paintings in there because I have moved a lot of my paintings to a local vendor. And it was getting confusing because I thought I had it here and then I realized I had sent it to the vendor, and to try and get those back and figure out where they are is a task. So I just was like, nah, I'll just put my stickers in there for right now. And then maybe when because we're already starting to kind of hit the holiday season market. I know that sounds crazy, but once that's over, maybe I'll put some of that stuff back in my Etsy shop, or I'll put more stuff that I make from now until then in there as well. Thanks for the follow, Michaela. And then we'll do this guy in the same color. Though we can build that up into different tones if we want to later on. Okay. I'm trying to put my stuff on the TikTok shop. Oh my goodness, that is very brave of you. Tell me how that goes, Heidi. I feel like it's a giant hassle. Do they, and I would imagine the TikTok shop probably takes a lot of money too, right? Or takes a lot of your profits. That's what Bindi was telling me, that it's like, it's very similar to the one that Jeff Bezos owns. I don't want to say the name, but that she sold her stuff over there, her sketchbook over there on that online store, and they took a heavy percentage of her profits. They withhold. Okay, that's interesting. That's really good to know, CJ. Like withhold until a certain point, like after time passes, or withhold until you earn a certain amount? Like how does that work? Because I would totally be interested in starting up something here, even with my stickers. All right. Trying to decide here what I want to do next, because some of this is wet and I just want to be mindful of that as I'm working. So I don't really think I can screw things up too much at this point. Okay. I'm definitely going to lean into red apples, like red orange apples on this. Anyways, you don't get paid till 2 weeks after the product is delivered. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Okay. Okay, that's super helpful. Thanks, CJ. Okay, let's go in here. We're going to start with a yellow tone in this apple, and then we're going to build up a red tone on top of it. I'm so afraid I'm going to touch this worm right now. I'm going to blow dry it. If I don't blow dry it, I'm going to stress out the entire time about whether or not that worm is going to get red all on the inside of him, and I don't want to fight with that. Payout time decreases as sales go up, but it's a pain with taxes and the different payouts for one order. Ah, okay. Your dad's been a CPA for 40 years and sees the Excel and is confused. Oh, no. Oh, geesh. I mean, the company is also, you know, a company that's not in the US, so maybe that plays a role too. Like, and I mean, how long is that going to last, especially with all the changes supposedly coming up for us if we live in the United States, right? Yeah, you just use your website. I don't know how to make a website, and I'm not sure if I want to pay someone to do it right now, because it's like, what's my product? Like, my product is me. It's more like what I do here than it is what I sell. I mean, I am selling stuff, but it's not all I don't know. My product is definitely more me than it is my stuff, that's for sure. I do feel like I need to really lean into this teaching stuff, because I do think, yeah, but I don't know. It's a lot. Like on top of everything else, it's a lot to kind of do all the things. Like Bindi has the luxury of the fact that she took the year off of work. Like she's on kind of a paid leave to give her time to kind of build her products up and do more things. And I don't have that luxury. I can't do that. What, bud?
Somehow Ralph was calm when I was lifting the chair backwards.
Oh, that's nice. He can be calm sometimes.
When I was doing it with Nala, Nala jumped right off.
Yeah?
Come on, it's not that bad. You handled it with Juliet, you can handle it.
All right.
So,
Do you know where your sister is right now? Oh, I know where she is. Never mind. I know where she is. She's taking a shower, I think. Yeah, it is a luxury for sure. And I mean, you work full time. This is a this is a side hobby for us that I think we're hoping for long-term goals and benefits, but we have to prioritize our families with the financial benefits of our, you know, full-time jobs. So, okay. So this apple's okay. I need to let it dry, I think. I'm just so used to I'm so used to the looseness and the paper of cold press that with this the bleeds are just different. I think I just need to kind of let some color flow in here and stop messing with it so much. I just don't love how it dries when I do that. I need to add water in there. Let's do this. Let's just add some water and spread it out and just let it do its thing. And then I'll come back at it in a little bit. And I do want this to, let's see if I can pull out a little bit of a highlight here. Okay, there we go. That feels a little bit better. Okay. And if the app goes away, you don't get your payout. You're just done. Yeah, that's trashy. But that sounds about right. That sounds about right. All right. Let's go into these guys. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding some yellow into some of the apple, but not all of it. And then I'm going to come back in and add more red and potentially even green. So like if I grab some of this green and plop it in and just let it move around and do its thing, it feels a little bit more realistic. And I'm using a very warm red right now. Like that. And that looks really cool, right? Like you've got the red down here, the red up here, and then the green on the in-between. Honestly, I'm thinking about it, Heidi. It does not lift, CJ. You're absolutely right. I've been thinking about, Heidi, I've actually been thinking about, if not sub tutorials, even Patreon tutorials, but I need to look into Patreon a little bit more. I know that Chelsea was thinking about Patreon, but we can't co-Patreon as far as I could tell. I think we would need to have our own separate Patreons, which honestly would probably be better anyways, because if I need to do something separate from her based on my time schedule, I don't want to be tied down to the same payout system. So definitely thinking about it for sure. I do think teaching is my strength. I mean, obviously, that's what I do for a living, but I think that's what I'm hoping for eventually when I retire, is to do some more online classes, like kind of through like, what is it, Teachable? Like I've taken classes on Teachable with some really amazing artists, and I would love to have something like that eventually for sure. Do you ever scan or work it? And if so, what do you use? So I do scan it. I have a scanner. It's an Epson scanner. And then when I scan it, I usually have to edit it in Patreon. I don't know if Patreon's the best place to edit it, but I don't feel like paying for another app. Like I think Photoshop is probably the best option for playing with scanned images. But I make it work, and then I turn it into sticker files. Like usually they're like PNGs. And then what I'll do is I'll find a sticker company online that will print them for me. And then I will have them do that. And then they usually are pretty good about their turnaround. They'll let me, I want to say they have me check their, what do you call them? God, my brain. The drafts. Like I approve the drafts and then they print them. I did not spend $500 on my Epson scanner. I want to say I spent like $150 on it. I did not spend that much. I think let me see. It is a V600 photo scanner. So I'm not even sure the pricing on that right now because I bought it a couple of years ago. Or maybe my husband did, but there's no way my husband spent $500 on a scanner for me. Not in a million years. You have a Creative Bug subscription and there are so many classes there. Creative Bug. I've never heard of this place. So for Patreon, you can link it to Discord and YouTube to automate their unlocking vids and roles. Ooh. I actually just joined Discord a couple of weeks ago for a TikTok content coach named Lana, who's just wonderful. I just love her so much. And it's helped me a lot with like the content and the stuff I produce. But joining it, I have not really dug into Discord at all. And I really definitely need to. It's just, there's only so much time in the day, you know? And at some point, like just creating TikTok videos sometimes is the thing that kills my day, you know? Yeah, V600. I tried a FedEx scanner. It was awful. Oh, that does not sound great. I also have a sub for Etcher. I do have Etcher paper, but I've never taken an Etcher class. I do have a friend who I think taught a class on Etcher. Her name is Madeline Carey. She did do something for Etcher. I'm not entirely sure what though. All right. I think the colors are turning out pretty good. I'm going to build up some of these leaf colors while that red is drying. I do love this. The tones on this is really nice. Maybe a little bit more green. Heidi, how many more days do you have on your personally imposed? I'm going to paint 100 different urban sketches. I was thinking about you the other day and how like I would die. Like that would be so much to do that every day. I want to add some of this green that I found the other day that I was like super stoked about. I think it was this one. Yep, that's the one. Oh, I also have to add some edging on that, don't I? And let's do that now. Break my bones. Bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, far away. Oh my God. Is it 365 days? Heidi, oh my God, honey. Oh my God, honey. I don't know how you're doing it. Girlfriend. Man. Okay. Okay, bud. I think it's 12. My phone says 12:17. You are an amazing human being. If you guys aren't following Heidi, she's done, what is it? 232 urban illustrations and watercolor. It is not 12:30 yet, no. But my phone does say it's 12:17. So 13 more minutes. You're doing great. I appreciate you right now, dude. I do. Just adding some extra tone in these leaves. I'm not putting it everywhere. You should still be able to see the line work in there where I have some of the initial watercolor pencils. But I probably have another half an hour, so you'll probably have lunch before I'm finished, okay? And then we'll watch. Did you decide what movie we're going to watch today?
Yeah.
What are we watching? K-pop Demon Hunters? Of course. Of course.
I mean, you're also kind of happy because you're...
I don't hate it.
Especially because you love Golden, and that's in the movie, so...
Yeah, I like Golden. Yeah. Oh, Ralphie.
Yeah. Ralph.
He was sitting with Sebastian for a while.
Yeah, he chilled with me. Just love that chair.
Well, it's pretty cozy.
Yeah, it's fluffy. Feeling a lot better. So exhausted, but better.
Pritzy Babe, this is the first one I've done today. I haven't done any apples today. So maybe you're thinking of someone else. Actually, I would say this is the first apple I've done all year. I haven't done apples since last August, September. I'm not even sure. Yeah, it's hard for me too. Like I admittedly don't spend like I'll generally sit and I'll hammer out a bunch of paintings all at once for content purposes and just obviously because I like to do it. But I can't do it every day. I personally can't. It would start to feel like a job and I have a job. Like yeah, this is still kind of a job, but I don't want another job. No, I want something I love and I feel like I would lose that if I spent all my time on here doing the kind of paintings that Heidi does, which is why she's amazing because there's no way. Dude, I can't right now. I know she's over there. Oh, you did, Pritzy Babe. Oh, well, it's the season. It's like perfect. Photopedia is a free online Photoshop. Interesting. They probably censored out your comments, CJ, because it's a brand and TikTok's being real funky about that stuff. Though to be fair, I feel like TikTok's always been funky about knocking out content and editing and all that stuff. I think if you're on the app, you need to know that that's part of the deal. Like, I just think that they've always kind of done that. And because it's AI, you're really not going to win that battle, unfortunately. So I know a bunch of people were really panicked about the new guidelines a couple of days ago. And I'm like, dude, it's always been this way. They've always been very like weird about you can't put certain things on your posts or you can't comment certain things on people's posts, even if they're completely like not harmful at all. Just get real funny about stuff. Nope, not yet. Wait until after lunch and wait until I'm done because I want to make sure you're doing it the right way, okay? Because I want you to do it. I don't want Julie to do it. And I'm afraid if she helped you, she would do it for you. Okay? Yeah, it's a good one. All right, let's get the seed in here. I'm just going to highlight where maybe the seeds are going to be. I also want to add seeds around the outside of this painting. So like just little teeny tiny seeds, and then we'll build up some color on them as well. It's just a nice filler. They're so tiny. So it feels very like part of the composition, but also not like a distraction or too much of a distraction. Like it's not taking away from everything else that's on the page, and you're not running out of space to make it either, which is nice. Okay. More castle references. You should do some tacky some tacky under the sea castles. Fish tank castles. Okay. I'm going to go in with some brown on that stem. Also going to add some brown in here, especially in this apple core where it's probably starting to get rotten on the inside. Just going in really with a very light wash because I don't want it to take over. That looks cool. I like that. Oh, so you can't like double up on the same type of things, Heidi? Like it have to be different every time? I'm really liking these tones inside. I do want to yellow this up over here though, for sure. Probably went in too hot and heavy on that. Oops. I don't want to lose all the light in there. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, and then let's go in on this wormy. No, not yet. I'm just gonna go over it. I do feel like this stem is way too big. Oh well, too late for that. Okay, so you could do it again, is what you're saying. So realistically, Heidi, you could go back and redo all the things you did if you really wanted to, like to just kind of like play with how would you do it differently this time if you're running out of ideas. I feel like I've totally overworked this apple a little bit. See if I can lift some of it. Okay. It's not exactly what I want. Oh, that is a great idea. Heidi, did you see CJ's comment? That would be super cool and hard, but super cool. That's a really good idea. Okay. Just going to build up some of that under shadow layer in there. So it looks a little bit more obvious. Okay, let's go into that worm. I'm going to try and make him, well, what color should I do the worm, guys? What do you think? I need some suggestions here. Green. You could do it, Heidi. You could do it. I'm definitely going to have to build up some of that area in there to create that shadow. Okay, green. Was green the decision? Green. Okay, let me blow dry this a little bit. He looks like a cursive T right now, like a cursive backwards T. Oh, I don't know. I think it's a pretty good idea. Now I want to do that, though I'm not very good at buildings or castles. Okay. So we're doing green. How green am I going to go is the question. We'll start here. This is a safe pick. And then maybe we'll build it up. A little tail coming out the back. I definitely want him to be darker. I definitely want these leaves to be darker. Is that the leaf color I want? Oh, which one do I want? So I'm going to let him sit there for a second while I'm working on the leaves. Try and let him dry a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add water here on the side of this vein just to soften it up a little bit. I don't like my veins to be super stark. I like there to be a bit of a softness to them. Otherwise, it feels out of place. For me, it does anyway. Okay. Oh, Melanie, I'm so happy to see you. Okay, let us, oh, I forgot to do that one too, didn't I? I'm going to add a little bit of brown to these stems, these leafy stems, just to give it a bit more authenticity. And then we're going to add some darker tones to these seeds. These little seeds. I think I put a seed here before. Kong Wei Pang is the Malaysian artist that I was trying to tell you about a while back. Oh, I need to write that down. I need to write that down. Hold on. Kong Wei Pang. Okay, I will look that up. Thanks, Jay. Oh, Melanie, I'm so happy to have you. Heidi's using the stickers. If you guys are part of the fan club, if you guys are doing your daily heart maze, you get access to fun stickers for my lives. Another 20 minutes probably. Why? You guys can have lunch at 12:30. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not using it right now. What do you need it for? Wait until after dinner. Or lunch. You knew what I meant. Yes. Yes, you did. Thanks, CJ. And if you are part of my fan club, you get a name. The name of my fan club is the Picassos because my art handle is Fluffy Pigeon. Aren't they so cute? Good afternoon, Kayla. She did really cool wet on wet technique for the Memphis in May poster a few years ago. Ooh, I will definitely check that out for sure. Hi, Holly. Welcome. Let's give him his little hat. His little hat looks a little wonky right now. I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little longer than it probably should be, but that's okay. And I'm not worried about filling this in if I want to put like a little extra something. Oh my God, his hat is so big. And his little head. Let's give him some stripes. Is this dry? Nope. Let's dry it, and then we'll give him some stripes. I probably could, Heidi. Okay, so I'm just gonna go real super light. And then I'm gonna go in with my water and just spread that. Oh, I just like basically moved it around. Well, I'll go in a little bit with my water again and make it pop a little bit more, at least have a little bit more shadow. Okay. Let's give him some little eyeballs. I don't think the head is wet. Nope. Okay. I'm going to add some fluorescent yellow to the inside of these a little bit just to give it some fun pop. I don't use fluorescents a lot, but they do really create some fun illustrative vibes when you're using them. Like I'll put some in the leaves over here as well. Kind of like a pop of lightness. And let's see. I wonder if I add the pink to this. Would it be too big, too much of a thing? I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know if you can even see it that well from where you guys are at. I like it. I think it's cool. Yes. Jay, aren't they the cutest? That's a great idea, CJ. You should try it. Okay. Let's darken up that hat a little bit more. Won't you take me home for a minute? I swear it won't be long. And I still need to do his monocle. And then let's build up some little shadow here around this hole that he's popping out of. Away, away, won't you take me home for a minute? I'm gonna be on IG later. We're doing chickens. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Isn't it so cute? It's looking so illustrative and fun. So I will definitely be over there. I'm probably going to be in here for about 20 more minutes. And then, per usual, I'll post it on YouTube. Let's add some shimmer. Because why not? Let's add some shimmer. Wait, yes?
You put the Takis in your bag.
Thanks, buddy. There's like zero room in that bag right now. There's so much like stuff for my students when I go back to work. I give out some great prizes, guys. Like when I am in my teacher mode, I feel like I need some green over here. I need to add another leaf. We do like raffles, and I'm trying to, how do I fit that over here? We need some green over here. Actually, let's do this. I've got kind of an idea. I don't know if this is a good choice. I'm thinking. I don't like all of the green over here. I need to move some green over here too. Oh, they're doing begonias. That's fun. Yeah, same name on IG. Same exact name. Let's just see if I can pop one up this way, going down. I sure can. We'll put another leaf right there. It's not exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. I just don't like all of the green being over on this side. That feels unbalanced. Are they painting right now, or were they painting earlier? It's a sky, 'cause it's a sky full of stars. It looks like a kite. Oh well. Oh well. Earlier. Yeah, maybe. I'm just trying to squeeze in some green over on this side of the page because it's going to bug me if I don't. And that looks pretty good. Maybe, I know what I'm going to do. I think you're right, Jay. I think I need just a little bit of a vine. Just a curl. You know I love my curlies. They're important to me. I'm going to add one up here too. Yeah, that feels a bit more cohesive than before. Okay, don't want to tear apart. Yeah, that feels much better. All right, I'm gonna blow dry, and then I'm gonna draw the monocle in on this guy because otherwise I'm certain I will mess it up. One more thing here. So funny. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and then I get caught up, and I'm like, no, I have to do this first. Okay, let's blow dry, and then we're gonna doodle on top. Oh my God, that would be such a good idea, but I feel like it's too late for that. And doesn't that one need to be like a pink orange worm and then give him a blue scarf? Is that what it is? Or does he have like blue hair? I can't remember, Jay. I love me Labyrinth. That's like my favorite classic childhood film. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's blue hair. Oh, that makes me so happy to see that. Aw, I love that so much, Miss Chris. My job is done. Miss Chris is gonna go paint now. That makes my heart happy. Okay. Now I use pencil. You can use pen or ink. Actually, no, I'm gonna change my mind. I think I'm gonna use ink. Thinking. Looking also for my pens, my ink pens. Where did I put them? Paper get high like planes. Oh, there they are. Found them. I think this will be more effective on this one, actually. I'm just gonna Turn this here. I'm gonna go in. The only thing is this has so many different colors, but I want some of them to be darker. These are very pastel-y, but they're fantastic pens. I gotta take this brush out of here, otherwise it's gonna go janky. And let me just click this out because we're done with the watercolor for now, I think. I'm gonna take these to work with me. I just have to remember to bring them back. I'm certain I will use them at work. Heidi, you make me think I need to paint with Bindi before she leaves because I know she's leaving soon. I haven't painted with her in ages. We'll see if she's available tomorrow. Maybe she can paint with me tomorrow. Oh, Labyrinth? Me too. Me too. The songs. You remind me of a babe. What babe? The babe with the power. What power? The power of the voodoo. Hoodoo. You do what? Remind me of the babe. Anybody else? Am I on my own with that one? Thanks, Shelly Joe. Just do it. Just do it, Miss Chris. Just do it. Yeah, and it honestly, Miss Chris, it's really about the process to start. Like, it's not about like creating a product that can go on the market. It's about finding happiness and creativity. Not the only one at all. These are fabulous. These shuttle art, are they acrylic tipped? I'm not even sure if they're acrylic tipped. I think these are ink. These are just ink. These are the shuttle art inks. There's like 30 in here. But you know me, I'm more of a crayon girly, and I've been picking these up a lot. A lot. I'm very happy with them. Oh, you have the acrylic ones? I just want people to be able to play with it without thinking they need to sell it. That's part of why I want to make a paint making kit, because so many people want to try. I didn't know you were thinking about doing that. That's very cool. Do it, CJ. That's very cool. I mean, I might want to do it. Well, I don't know. Here's what I shouldn't do it because I have enough on my plate. But if I didn't have a billion things on my plate, I would totally want to do it. All right. I think I'm going to move away from this green. And I'm going to grab some reds. Maybe this dark one. Tonight. No, CJ, you don't just have thoughts. You're very methodical. You plan things out to a T. I wish I was as planned out as you were. I often come on here and I'm like, I'm going to paint apples. I don't know how. I don't know what supplies I'm going to use, but I'm going to do it. I mean, I also have a ton of crap on my plate with the kids and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like I know how to be a bit more planned. I just choose not to in my art. Ooh, I keep moving things around. Like, I really planned out that brush series well. I'm very proud of myself for that, because if you guys haven't seen my brush series and all the different watercolor brushes you could be using, I'm very proud of that series. That was methodical. That was very intentional. But if you're seeing a comedy post, like the one I did a couple of days ago that I posted, it was so ridiculous. It was the Ted Lasso one that I did. That was pure spontaneity. I really liked it. Turn on me and take me away, yeah. I do need to get these apples outlined. I'm sure you're planned in your teaching. I am very planned in my teaching. I am very, very, very planned in my teaching. I have to be. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. So, like, there is definitely a bit of, I've done this before. I can do this again. I know how to do this again without, like, stressing myself out too much. But planning is definitely required, especially when you're working with 25, 11, 10 to 12-year-olds every day. Okay. Do we want the silver? No. Let's go with this. No, let's go with this orangey yellow, this peachy orangey yellow. Let's see how vibrant this is. It's not vibrant really. I mean, it's a little bit vibrant, but I mean, it's the color, right? Like the color is only going to do so much. When it's, you know, a light color, it's not going to be super strong. That does look good there though. Adding it as a little bit of a shadow under that seed. I do like that. Like, do you see what I just did there? Where I added it in there and there. I do like that. That actually works pretty good. But it's not going to make the page pop too much. I'm going to need black for that probably. Okay. I think we're going to use black next, guys. The scene stealer. I just got to find him. There he is. The magic maker. We're close to being finished, my friends. We are close. See? Yep. Let me try. Is this black? This is black, right? Yeah, okay. All right, here comes the monocle. So cute. Mm-hmm. Look at how cute he is. It almost looks like an angry monocle. It almost looks angry. But I like it. With his little Pharrell hat. Correct. It's a little oversized. But he likes it that way. It gives him riz, as my son would say. Wondering separation, I'm back together. And if it's true, taste me when he's kissing you. Want forever. Me too. All right, let's get this apple a bit more established. There we go. He is making a statement. He's the inspector for all of the apples at the factory. He's just checking to make sure that these products are appropriate for mass consumption. See? He's investigating, making sure that there isn't too many pesticides. Everyone should take him very seriously. So my one daughter, she's at theater camp right now. And I picked her up yesterday and she's like, Mom, she's like, you know, when Dad showed me like that weird show, Monty Python, she's like, I think we're going to do a play with like a Monty Python theme. She's like, where the knights say knee. And I'm like, what? I'm like, are you serious? He is the reason they need inspection. 100% CJ. He's absolutely the reason they need inspection. But he believes he's there to help. Or judge. Probably judge. Losing it lately. Let's see. He's very good at his job. And then also I just like to add little scribbly doodles here and there, like little polka dots. I'm almost done.
That was really stuffy.
Did you have what? The yogurt and oh shoot, did you guys see that?
What?
I just accidentally doodled on my paper. So now I'm just gonna make some more that have no color in them. So it looks like that was totally intentional.
Okay.
Ew, you just burped on my live.
Sorry.
Get out of here with your grody breath.
I'm sorry.
I know they're doing something where the Monty Python, so there's a bunch of girls there that were like, the knights say knee, and like she was talking about that, and she and her other friend who were trying to come up with this skit idea thought that she didn't realize they were talking about, what is it, the what's the line? Something about the hedge or the bush. I don't remember, but my daughter thought they said strawberries. So it's the knights who say knee protecting the strawberries. Like it's a whole thing. It's super cute though. I can't wait. Their performance is going to be Friday. It's literally a week of like improv games. And these improv games end up resulting in some little mini improv performance. Okay. Correct. Okay, no meaning of life. I'm going to leave my husband in charge of it. Is that a smile or is that his wrinkle? I feel like it's his warm wrinkle. They could be raindrops, but I've already established they are seeds. So it's fine. I like it because there's already ink on here and it's already given off inky vibes, so it's totally fine. I'm going to pull in a few more veins on this one now. And then I think we're done. I think we're done. All right. And then is that it? Do we have it all? I think so. I'm going to pull in his little monocle pieces and just a little bit more. There we go. He is so cute. There we go. And voila, we have finished. People say I'm jealous. She loves it, honestly. I'm 46 and I love doing theater, or I loved it. I don't do it anymore, That's what this is for, right? Like this is my theater, coming on here and painting and illustrating with you guys. He needs his own little series of being the inspector at like a local distribution facility where they're checking all of the produce. There should be a whole picture book on the inspector. As CJ said, the one who creates the problems is investigating the problems. I'm glad I saw the whole thing. Okay, I am too, Miss Chris. So here's the original sketching from my sketchbook. I'll show you guys if you've not been here the whole time. This did start like start to finish. Oh crap, I just spilled my coffee. Start to finish, here's the sketches. All the things that I did just to kind of scrap out some ideas. And then voila! Sketch to final product in color. Isn't that fabulous? So fun. Yeah, maybe. I want to do more of these for sure. Because what did I do yet? Oh, I did the pumpkin yesterday, which was not really an illustrated kind of deal. But I can do hot press. I don't do hot press very much, but I can do hot press. Next, we'll do him with pears. Maybe, possibly. Isn't that a good idea? I'm so glad I did this today, guys. I'm so glad I did it. So fun. Really? CJ, make sure to post it and or send it to me. One of those two things. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to scoot. I'm going to hang out with my kidlings for a little bit. And we have to feed. I'm going to teach my son how to feed the kitten because he's been waiting to do that. And then we're going to hang out and watch a movie. And I'm going to clean up the coffee that I spilled on my art desk because I've spilled it twice today, guys. Like I literally tipped my whole coffee over in the car and it like poured out while I was driving. I nearly cried. It was so sad. Bye, Jay. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.